was so scared of saying I'm a woman and then instantly hearing, no, you're not. Because in my head, I fought with that every day.
Your brain is begging you to snap out of it, and obviously the correct thing to do is to shut it out with hormones and SSRIs. Very logical, very logical. This is Chris Tyson, who came out as something back in April of this year, 2023. On the 5th of April, he claimed to be 2 months deep on HRT and quickly became a joke and has been a complete PR disaster for the Mr. Beast team. But they have to deal with it because that's the world we live in. We all know Mr. Beast 6000 would be like making fun of this clown, but he has sold out and become quite complicit with the system, so he just doesn't seem to care. Anyways, we're going to be taking a nice look at this interview and pointing out just how sad this all is.
Hello, Chris.
Hello, Anthony.
You have been a part of Mr. Beast's videos since the inception, pretty much?
Basically, I was there when he created the channel. I was his first subscriber.
You know, it's interesting Chris brings up his early experience with Mr. Beast because this clip shows he hasn't always been a trans ally, so to speak.
Bro, what are you doing?
Bro, did you just assume my gender?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to misgender you. You're such a hellophone. Get out!
So we would hang out afterwards, film videos.
Also, what the hell happened to his face, bro? It's literally a different color than the rest of his skin.
You kind of became Chris, the guy from Mr. Beast.
Exactly. It was actually, for the longest time, my Twitter bio was the guy in Mr. Beast videos. And then about a year and a half ago, it turned into...
Also, this weird tone of voice he's picked up and the hand gestures, they're just so fucking creepy.
Sometimes I'm in Mr. Beast videos.
Oh, so the guy part was removed?
It was, yeah, that was removed a long time ago.
Like, was that anticipating?
Yeah.
Dude, he's even got the heels. Look at the back. What the fuck is that, a Lego brick? Chris, you are literally a 5'11" man wearing high heels. What woman is 6'3"? Are you even trying?
You've had a lot of people speculating on your gender.
Yes.
You know, just you growing out your hair.
Yeah.
I mean, today you showed up fully presenting
I did.
as a woman.
I did, because I am a woman.
No, you're not.
Oh, shit!
Ah, she, her.
Dude, this clapping shit is so weird. I mean, like, how are these full-grown men not aware that they're making a fool of themselves?
You've never said that before, right?
I've never said that publicly.
Which is hilarious because you've been on HRT for months, which doesn't mean you're a woman, but definitely means you're not exactly a man anymore either. More like Frankenstein. If he had a giant sunburn on his chest, he likes to highlight for some reason.
No, but I've been fully like confident in that decision for over a year now. My idea was to kind of play catch up with the internet in the way that I discover myself. Like you were talking about, 6, 7, 8 months ago, my hair started growing out, all those kind of things. I wasn't quite sure exactly who I was yet, but I knew I was not cisgendered. So I needed the freedom to be able to express myself and be able to figure out who I was. And so for a while, I was trying gender fluid. I was like, what is making me feel like I'm bi-gender?
I don't know, maybe your crippling porn addiction and nasty divorce that led to you losing half custody of the child.
What is tying me to this, masculinity? And really it was after a lot of talking with a therapist.
Yeah, you talked with a therapist that sat there and was paid to feed into your delusions. Good job. I'm sure your life is so much better now.
And a lot of like self reflection. I realized it was really just the societal pressure of, you're Chris from Mr. Beast. You're the guy that starts the fires. You're the guy that builds the stuff, And like my whole life, I've enjoyed doing those things, but I've never really felt like the guy.
Yeah, and that becomes so intrinsically connected with who you are that it felt like it was shattering everything.
Exactly. And I was scared that people would think that I'm magically gonna become a different person.
Chris, you did. You became a completely different person. Look at how you dress. You even went ahead and cross-dressed your own fucking child. Is that something we'd expect out of the male Chris? The previous Chris? No. This is all new, and you know it.
But for me, I have no, like, I'm very proud of who I was and how I've gotten here. It took me a long time to get here.
No, it took less than a year between the hair growing out and HRT. Don't even come out here with that bullshit, bro. Transgenderism is a short-term illness that becomes long-term, and then it deludes the person affected into thinking it was a lifelong struggle. That's just how it is, and people can argue all they want, but again, look at Chris. This was all in under the span of a year. It's living proof. We can see it with our own eyes. And he's not the only example. If any of you know trans people in real life, you know that this is always relatively sudden and just the nature of the illness in general.
I knew there was going to be a big reaction, but I thought it would stay like, you know, like in that YouTube, you know, everything.
It's like tabloid culture now.
Yeah.
Yeah, why do you think that is? Our media is infested with people like Chris. This is a fad being pushed upon our society. Did you really think a major internet celebrity becoming trans wouldn't make headlines? Like, don't even try and fucking pretend you're surprised by it.
But there was also like a lot of people just, you know, they don't really know how to talk about trans people, so instantly they're like, Chris Tyson comes out as a trans woman, good for them. And I'm like,
Even though you just said HRT,
yeah,
right?
I'm like, no, I didn't yet.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's be real. If you're growing out your hair, going on HRT, abusing your children, of course we're all going to think you've transitioned.
Yet, until today.
Yeah, until today, with Anthony.
I mean, I feel like we should just take a moment on that. Like, how does that feel, publicly saying in front of cameras that you are a woman?
For the longest time, to even say it to some of the closest friends, it would make me like, my hands shake.
Of course they do, because every fiber of your being knows that this isn't you, and you push forward anyways.
To say it, I would get so nervous. But now I can say I'm a woman. I'm happy to say I'm a woman. It's something that's honestly so freeing. And I think that is part of what the HRT did for me, was being able to accept myself and being able to look in the mirror and say, yes, you are a woman.
Every single person has something about themselves that they kind of want to be more of.
Yeah.
You know? And
Feel
then
a
there's...
little insecure about.
Yeah, even if it is just lacking confidence.
Yeah.
Even if it's just, I want to be a little bit more confident in myself.
Yeah.
Here you are in front of hundreds of millions of people who have been criticizing you for every single reason in the book, and you're focusing on the way that you feel when you are most true to yourself.
Yeah, I mean, if your way to confidence is to wear a dress, wear a dress. If your way to confidence is to get so swole you look like a bodybuilder, do that.
Is that what you're talking about, Jimmy?
Yeah, Jimmy is getting really swole, isn't he?
Yeah, he is pumping, man.
You see his Twitter feed?
He is jacked.
He is jacked.
He's getting there, man.
Came out of nowhere until I get my hands on him.
Oh,
And I Chris affect him.
Watch out, the Chris effect.
Dude, it's so creepy watching them try and make a joke out of this when it's not working because it's seriously a problem.
Isn't that wild that people say there's the Chris effect, the Carl effect? Like, one person can change or like infect the other brains of the other friends.
But they can. We know this. These are documented facts. Transgenderism can absolutely spread through close friends. According to the New York Post, peer contagion, or in other words, school peers becoming trans and influencing those around them, has led to a 4,400% increase of gender dysphoria in the UK between the years of 2010 and 2020. Chris becoming trans isn't just his problem, right? This is something that will influence future generations because, like it or not, he is a public figure that influences a lot of children's views of the world.
I mean, I've always joked that there, and I hate that people will clip it, but there is a smidgen of truth to it. Because Carl came down to North Carolina, small town, and he had bright pink hair.
Yeah, that's true.
I was like, how do you have the confidence to like go to the grocery store and not feel like every single person is staring at you? And he's like, I don't care. And I was like, what?
What? You could not care what others think?
You can just not care?
Right.
Since when?
Ironically, saying that you are unable to not care about what others think of you is a very womanly attitude, but rather than signaling that you're actually a woman, it's more of a side effect of you being a weak man to begin with.
I didn't get the update.
You know, there is a little bit of truth to the idea that a friend can come into a circle and they can show you what confidence looks like.
Yeah, they can show you what true confidence is, because for a while, like, I was like, yeah, I guess I'm confident, but it was all fake. It wasn't all real. And then I saw somebody come in and be themselves, and I was like, I want that. I want to be myself. And even though like I saw people make fun of Carl because of his hair, he would just shrug it off. I was like, I can do that. Maybe. Give it a couple of years.
You hear that, Carl? You inspired someone.
You did it.
This is hilarious because, of course, they don't even realize that they're admitting what they were making fun of before, with the Carl curse, unironically led to Chris becoming trans.
You mentioned taking hormones, and you mentioned that it saved your life.
Yes. For so long, every day, I would go to bed and I would have dreams, vivid dreams I was a woman, like my whole life. And I would wake up in the morning and it was just like getting ripped out of a reality that I didn't want to be taken out of.
So it was like the dream was the reality.
Yeah, and I had dreams where I was a Pokemon trainer and woke up to the sad reality I had to go to school in the morning. And you don't see me coming out as a Pokemon trainer and ignoring reality to play some fucking red and blue.
Yeah. There was times where I would just lay in bed all day and just sleep because it was more fun to do that, or more enjoyable to me to do that, because the real world, I didn't feel connected to it.
That is a sign of severe mental illness and not an indicator that you're trans at all.
It was about 3 years ago. We were all hanging out and we were having a good time. You know, on the channel, we like to say we're having some apple juice, you know, just drinking some good apple juice.
Drinking some apple juice.
And there was one moment I was sitting around all the guys and I had just been really like thinking all that day about like my gender and everything. And combined with the apple juice, I just blurted out to them, I don't want to be a man anymore.
Just out of nowhere?
Out of nowhere.
Dude, oh my god. Imagine them all sitting around a campfire having a few beers, chilling out, and randomly this weirdo is drunk as hell and starts crying about actually being a woman. That must have been so awkward.
You mentioned that you changed the spelling of your name?
Yeah.
From Chris CH to Chris
CH.
to K?
With a K.
So just to feel a little bit more feminine about it?
I actually have always liked how it looked with a K.
It is cooler.
Apparently I didn't know this, and I'm probably going to crack a bunch of eggs in the audience.
Alright guys, DEFCON 1, Chris is about to groom some children in the audience. Kids, cover your ears.
Oh.
But if you have an online persona where you present as a different name and present as a female, that's just being trans online. You've been out as trans online.
Oh really now? So if I pick a female character in a video game so I can just stare at her ass every time I walk forward, suddenly that makes me trans?
Like,
Wait, in what way?
Even the interview guy Anthony is starting to question this.
Chris, K-R-I-S, is what you can call me on the internet.
Are you gonna get angry when people use CH?
I don't really care. I mean, you can. It'll be wrong.
Really? Your Twitter handle is still at CHRIS last time I checked, bro.
So,
Right. Are you gonna feel like people are dead naming you, as
no,
they say?
I mean, like, in a way, they're going to, like, try to use it to dead name me. But number one, I can't be audibly dead named.
Dude, every time someone who doesn't like you calls you by your name now, you're just gonna imagine them calling you CH, and you're gonna fucking spurg out. I'm calling that out right now.
Have you changed your voice? Because I know that that's something that trans people also work toward.
I am working on it. So currently, I'm working with the Seattle Voice Labs. It's a Discord server where they offer free lessons, they offer paid lessons.
Paid lessons? Bro, where can I get in on this? I wanna make some dough. Hey, this is my tranny voice. Do you guys think I can get some clients with this talent?
But Claire, she is incredible. She's been teaching me, and she really pushed me to do a voice.
Like today?
Yeah.
She wanted you to do it.
She thinks I'm ready to do like do a sentence, to give it a little sneak peek. I could feel like myself by like presenting the way I wanted to, growing my hair out, but I would look back when because I'm a YouTuber, I get recorded a lot.
Yeah.
I would look back and I would be like, that's me. And then my voice, I would open my mouth and I'd be like, that's not me.
Do you want to say a sentence, or do you want to talk us through the different types of things that go into the voice?
I'm gonna say a sentence, but I'll kind of also show you like the process I have to do.
Yeah, and I think this will be the first time many people watching this will have ever seen the thought process behind it.
So I'm in a newer stage.
Oh my god, the suspense, I can't handle it. Just get to a part where he does the voice.
Yeah.
All right, here it goes.
Sure.
Hey Anthony, congratulations on buying Smosh.
Oh my god. Oh no, it's so bad, bro.
That shows you that it's like people will say, oh, you're faking your voice. No, I just slid my voice into the right place.
There is a reason why it's naturally in that place that it is, because that's how it's supposed to be. You are literally faking your voice for the purpose of appeasing your mentally ill brain.
It really feels like, for the first time, like I can do anything now. I can be who I want to be. Like I can create a channel if I want to.
Ooh.
I can write a book if I want to.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding when I say Chris genuinely just wants access to more children than he already gets on the MrBeast channel, because right here he's even admitting to want a channel which would likely cater to kids, or write a book about being a trans person, which I'm sure a lot of kids would read as well.
I can maybe produce a film if I want to.
Are these hints?
I don't know. Maybe. No. But maybe in the future.
But you really do have endless possibilities.
Exactly, because I'm finally able to be myself, and that spills out into other areas in my life. So it's not that I'm just authentically trans now. I'm authentically Chris in every single way. I'm able to articulate my feelings. I'm able to talk about what I want. So I feel like the future's kind of whatever I want it to be right now.
I can do whatever I want. The world is bowing down to my transgender prowess, and I am now God. That is literally these people's mind process.
Do you feel more creatively driven now?
I do. I'm really excited. I've never felt the motivation to get in front of cameras like I do now.
Congratulations on everything, and I think that your story is incredibly inspiring, and I think you're going to change a lot of people's lives just by authentically being yourself.
Anyways, yeah, this interview really does pretty much just sum up everything wrong with Chris. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that sub button and leave a like. Let me know in the comments below what your stance is on all this. Is Chris really as weird as I think he is? I'd like to know about the general community census on him. Anyways, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.